Formatting Techniques in Google Sheets with JAWS. I have a produce sample worksheet open in Google Sheets. Focus is in cell A1 at the top left of the worksheet. Weeks 1 through 4 are in row 3, while different produce is listed in column A, beginning in row 4. In column H, Hotel, I have listed what I think are some useful keystrokes. Finally, in cell C15 are some brief notes. Let's look first at some basic text formatting. I'm going to move focus to cell C15, where I typed some notes previously.
Cell B1, cell C1, blank, week 2 semicolon, cell C3, blank, star semicolon, cell, blank, notes colon, be sure to rotate stock to ensure quality, semicolon, cell C15.
The text there reads, Notes, be sure to rotate stock to ensure quality, and the text flows outside the current cell to the right. That's normal behavior for text overflow in spreadsheets. The text is normally aligned left and is located at the bottom of the cell, but you can change these things, of course. Use the following keystrokes to change the text alignment. CTRL+SHIFT+E, echo, center cell contents.
CTRL+SHIFT+E, text alignment set to center on cell C15.
Now the text flows equally to the left and right, with the center of the phrase right in cell C15. The text appears visually in columns B, C, and D. CTRL+SHIFT+R, right align cell contents.
CTRL+SHIFT+R, text alignment set to right on cell C15.
Now the text extends farther out on the left side with the end of the phrase terminating with cell C15. The text appears visually in columns A, B, and C. CTRL+SHIFT+L, left align cell contents.
CTRL+SHIFT+L, text alignment set to left on cell C15.
This is back to the default, and the text appears visually in columns C, D, and E. One other technique you may want to employ is to have the text wrap within the cell. This increases the height of the row, however, so just be aware of that. The more text in the cell, the larger the row grows vertically. With focus still in cell C15, press the following keystrokes. First, press Alt-O Oscar to open the Format menu.
Alt-O menu, Format, 5 of 10.
Press W Whiskey to open the text wrapping submenu, where Overflow is checked by default.
Overflow O checked, 1 of 3.
Press Enter on Wrap.
Wrap W not checked, 2 of 3. Text wrapping set to wrap break word on cell C15. Leaving menus, edit combo.
The menus close, and the text now fits entirely within the cell. The row is now approximately 3 times taller than it was before. Move focus to cell C12, which is an empty cell.
Cell C14, cell C13, cell C12.
Practice using the following keystrokes to insert borders. Alt-Shift-1, top border.
Alt-Shift-1, thin black top border set.
Press right arrow after each of these keystrokes to move to a different cell so you can see the differences, and we'll also explore them using JAWS in a moment.
Cell D12.
Alt-Shift-2, right border.
Alt-Shift-2, thin black right border set. Cell E12.
Alt-Shift-3, bottom border.
Alt-Shift-3, thin black bottom border set. Cell F12.
Alt-Shift-4, left border.
Alt-Shift-4, thin black left border set. Cell G12.
Alt-Shift-7 or Control-Shift-7, outer border, the entire border.
Alt-Shift-7, thin black outer border set.
Alt-Shift-6 removes the border from selected cells. One of the techniques used often by spreadsheet authors is to use a cell border as an underline, usually just above where a group of numbers has been summed. For example, move to cell A9, where the text Weekly Totals is found.
Cell A12, cell A11, cell A10, Weekly Totals semicolon, cell A9.
Press right arrow to move to column B, Bravo, where the formula for the total for week 1 is found.
235 semicolon as formula semicolon, cell B9.
I want to select this cell and the 3 cells to the right of it and apply a top border, so that there's something visual to separate the sums for the totals of each column from the quantities above. Hold down the Shift key and press right arrow 3 times.
Cells 235 B9 through star C9 selected. Cells 235 B9 through star D9 selected. Cells 235 B9 through star E9 selected.
Now, press Alt-Shift-1 to apply a top border to all 4 cells.
Alt-Shift-1, thin black top border set.
Very nice. Now there's a thin dark line separating the quantities from the sums for each column. Next, move focus to cell C4, where the number of apples for week 2 is listed as 25.
Star semicolon cell C9, 8 semicolon 60 75 33 25 semicolon cell C4.
Use the following keystrokes to change the format of the data in the cell. CTRL+SHIFT+1, format as decimal.
CTRL+SHIFT+1, number format applied.
Now the number 25 has a decimal with 2 zeros to the right. CTRL+SHIFT+4, format as currency.
CTRL+SHIFT+4, number format applied.
Now the number 25 has been converted to $25.00. CTRL+SHIFT+5, format as percentage.
CTRL+SHIFT+5, number format applied.
And of course, now the cell contents are converted to a percentage. Let's look at formatting some existing text next. Press Ctrl right arrow a few times to move focus to cell H4, where the keystroke for aligning cell contents left is not bolded.
CTRL+SHIFT+L left align cell contents cell H4.
Press Enter to go into edit mode. Select the keystroke text and then press Ctrl+B Bravo to apply the bold attribute.
H4 edit combo Ctrl+C. Selected Ctrl. Selected +Shift. Selected +L. Ctrl+B font weight set to bold.
Press Enter when you finish to save the change and get out of edit mode.
Cell H4 set to CTRL+SHIFT+L left align cell contents CTRL+SHIFT+R right align cell contents cell H5.
Focus moves to cell H5. Finally, let's now look at how you can read some of the information about colors and formatting. Press Ctrl left arrow to move focus to cell F5, where you hear an asterisk or star spoken.
Blank, star cell F5.
This is a personal preference of mine. It reminds me that I still need to complete this cell with a formula when I get a chance. I also have visually highlighted the cell with a yellow background to make it stand out more when the worksheet opens. I have several cells formatted similarly as a reminder to myself. So how do you find out that information using JAWS? Let's do the following. Press Alt-A alpha to open the accessibility menu.
Alt-A menu accessibility 10 of 10.
Press right arrow to open the Speak submenu.
Speak S black right pointing pointer submenu 1 of 6. Speak formatting F 1 of 11.
Press Enter on Speak formatting.
Leaving menus font black 10-point Arial background yellow aligned left bottom.
JAWS reads the following information for the cell. Totals for the month, star, font black 10-point Arial, background yellow, aligned left, bottom. Okay, that's nice. But what if you want to explore more than one cell at a time without having to go back to the menus every time? Go back into the Accessibility menu, Speak submenu, and choose Always Speak Formatting.
Alt-A menu accessibility 10 of 10. Speak S black right pointing pointer submenu 1 of. Speak formatting F 1 of 11. Always speak formatting O 2 of 11. Leaving menus.
Now, let's explore more of the worksheet. I'll press down arrow.
Star cell F6, font black 10-point Arial, background yellow aligned left bottom. 285 as formula cell F7, font black 10-point Arial, background white aligned right bottom. Star cell F8, font black 10-point Arial, background yellow aligned left bottom. Cell F9, star cell E9, font black 10-point Arial, background yellow aligned left bottom top border thin black.
This can be useful to find out how things look visually, especially when you first open a workbook to begin exploring. Now, it is a bit verbose, so after a while you'll probably want to turn this feature off. I'll do that now. Open the Accessibility menu, Speak submenu, and choose Stop Speaking Formatting.
Alt-A menu accessibility 10 of 10. Speak formatting F 1 of 11. Stop speaking formatting O 2 of 11. Leaving menus.
As you can tell, there are numerous ways to format both the cells and the data in Google Sheets. Thanks for joining me in this instructional demo.
Freedom Scientific, a Vispero brand. If you are interested in other training, please visit us on the web at freedomscientific.com/training and on YouTube on our Freedom Scientific Training channel.